How do I use one resource multiple times in my classes so that I don't have to carry thousands of resources around with me from class to class, from studio to studio? Here I'm using my coloured scarves because they are easy to carry, and there are multiple ways that you can use them in both your classroom setting, kids yoga, music and movement, PE sessions. So coloured scarves, they're light, so they are easy to carry around with you. The first way I like to use them is through movement. So whether we're doing poses, dancing, any kind of music and movement. The children hold them in their hands, and this brings a deeper awareness to themselves in what their body is actually doing. It also encourages them to keep their hands on their own body rather than their hands wandering around the room and getting distracted easily. So we focus on holding our scarves in our hands, and any kind of movement, whether it's inhale and exhale, side stretches, or from our warrior two to our reverse warrior, dancing around the room, any kind of movement in which you're moving your hands, arms, shoulders, upper body, you can use the coloured scarves. Now obviously it's very fun and it does bring a lot of colour into your class, but it does bring that deeper sense of awareness to each child and helps them stay focused on what their body is actually doing. The second way I like to use them, also in movement, is during my partner and group poses. Now for some children, they don't enjoy the tactile or physically holding hands or physically connecting with other children. And that's absolutely fine in my kids yoga class. Maybe it's just on that day they're not in the mood to hold hands with their friend, and that's also fine. So we use the scarves. This way the children can stay connected, they move together, you're still creating that sense of collaboration and community, but they don't have to physically hold hands. It also creates a little bit of distance in between them, so for those children that find it intimidating to be up close to other children when they are doing their partner yoga, it creates that distance, but also means that they're still moving together because they're each holding one side of the scarf. If you're doing this as a group, perhaps in a circle or in groups of 3 or 4, again, they each hold 2 scarves and they're holding it in their circle. So the scarves are connected between each child. And then they can move together, which does require skill, even if they are holding the scarf. In fact, sometimes it requires more attention and skill to hold the scarf, because if one child lets the scarf go, then obviously it falls down. So it really does require them to stay focused, which is what we want, especially in our kids' yoga classes. Then the third way I like to use them is in relaxation. So I encourage them to place it over their eyes, but of course some children like to place it over their chest, over different parts of their body, or some children just like to hold it because it is smooth and it is a nice sensory input for them. So we use it during our relaxation, and it just adds that extra amount of focus and engagement in a way that helps them feel settled and more soothed. So again, you could use that in not just kids yoga, it could be in your classroom if you're having a quiet moment, or in your PE classes at the end, or even at the end of break time or playground time. So they are just 3 easy ways, but very effective ways to help children stay focused, deepen their attention on their own body, and help them stay a little bit more regulated through the use of something fun and very colourful.